Let's talk about 2 Timothy 2:6 and this statement that Paul made to young Timothy concerning the landworker. We'll first understand, as always, the before yea formerly Paul is referring to is the first watch time. The uploosen of Luke 12:36, according to entering the wedding feasts first, disappeared now in verse 38, takes us back to 2 Timothy. Paul's land work is finished, so he's saying, I am already being spent as a libation, and the term of my uploosening has taken stand. The term he's talking about is the first watch time, first order. Then he says, the ideal wrestle I have wrestled, the course I have finished. So he's done, right? He guarded the faith. He wrestled the faith. He did the land work. So the uploosen that he's closing this epistle with carries back to this context of before yea formerly. So let's talk about land work now. What is land work? Well, it involves planting, sowing, and watering, 1 Corinthians 3:6, where the seed that is sown is the word of God, according to the parable. It's also the word of the kingdom, the regency. The word of the regency according to the sowing and the seed, Matthew 13. If we go back to 2 Timothy chapter 4, again, according to the uploosening, which points to Luke 12:36, and we come down here, we see the relationship of the heralded. So the seed is the word, the sowing, the word is the heralded. Or then if we back up to verse 2, herald the word, stand on it, well opportunely and inopportunely, convict, beside call, warn with all fairness from grimming and teaching. This is the land work right here. And as for the water here, this is the talk, so that he might hallow her, the church, the outcalled, cleansing her in the bath of the water in talk. So this is all related to the land work, where the land worker tiring himself, it is binding to come before yea formally to partake of the fruits, which is the harvest of the work. When it comes to a fruition, all of the sowing and watering that we do is it's the reward that we take. When I plant a garden, when I'm harvesting, I'm taking my reward now. And the taking of the reward is actually entering the wedding feasts. Watch my video number 83, where I talk about how the angels as officiating spirits come alongside others who are being down established, who are still doing the land work. Again, when we come back to Luke 12:38, where the watch time orders are enumerated here, and those who come in first uploosen here, they're the angels who are officiating over others who are down established. Where if we just come down here, here's some of the work outlined. So who is consequently the faithing and sober-minded slave, who are the virgins who will come in at midnight now, whom the Lord will down establishes on his curing work, and that he gives grain measure in the term. The seed that will be sown into the harvest at the second watch time order of midnight here. So the angels are finished with the land work, but they're still officiating over others who are doing the land work into the second watch time. When they enter the wedding at midnight here, their land work is finished, and then even more will finish the land work into the third watch time, locked out of the wedding feasts, of course. And this is what Jesus is explaining in conjunction with to the land worker tiring himself, which Paul is talking about. To the harvesting one takes the reward, is taking Aeonian life. Now, when they enter the wedding, they're taking the reward, and leads together fruit into Aeonian life, fruit that's not yet finished, fruit that has to still grow according to the sowing ones. So both the sowing one doing the land work and the harvesting one who has taken the reward, the angels, may be joyful together. The angels beside the sowing ones are all working together still. The angels are officiating over them. For in this the true word is represented, that another is the sowing one and another is the harvesting one, who taking the reward. Here, I have dispatched you to harvest towards which you have not tired yourselves. So they don't come prior to the ones taking the reward, like Paul is saying. So, to reiterate, to the land worker tiring himself, it is binding to come before ye formerly, to partake of the fruits as taking the reward, where this connects to the first watch time. Again, uploosen of chapter 4, verse 6, which is the same context of Luke 12:36. And the uploosen to come into the wedding first is the out-resurrection, which I've already made videos. Videos 24, the out-resurrection, and video 53, where I talk about the uploosen and the unloosen, which is a much, much more better resurrection, and this is a better resurrection. God bless.